The SpitSLAM record label group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at SpitSlamRecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The SpitSLAM record label group. Throwback to the future sound.
I'm expecting my opening title sequence that's not there because this isn't technically the show, but you know, what's up, party people in the place to be? It's C-Doc again. Thanks for joining us tonight. Here, we're going to do a little listening party for the new album, Do Me Right, Forward to the Future, drops tomorrow officially. Well, you know, tonight at midnight, I guess, Eastern Standard Time. But you can order it now on CD, on wax. It is available to order and it'll ship out shortly. But let's, you know, we're not going to totally talk about that. Let's bring the man of the hour on. And we got a surprise guest tonight too. And we'll chop it up and listen to this record. So first up, of course, there he is. He's in the comments too. Look at this, multitasking. Ladies and gentlemen, from Zimbabwe Legit, please welcome Do Me Right.
What's good? What up? What up? What up? It's here. It's time. Like less than 3 hours, and
It's only
live.
been
Live and direct.
I know. I should have asked you this off camera, but did you put? Is it up on Bandcamp?
It's up on Bandcamp as
Okay.
a pre-order on both wherever you want it. The SpitSLAM Bandcamp, PH Music Bandcamp. Folks can get it. On the PH Music, they can get limited edition copies of the vinyl direct from me. Got a small stash on deck.
Nice, yes.
And, I'm gonna send them out. You know, I might throw something extra in the packages if you're nice to me.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna send those out, and then they can go to Elastic Stage and get it direct once I go through all those copies.
Exactly, which I have a feeling some people have already. I noticed today people were getting their Filmos Chill album, so that's a good sign.
Word up.
Yeah, so it's working. And hey, we got a special guest in the house. Yeah.
Guess who stepped in the room?
Yeah, right. He was actually supposed to be on this album, but you know, what next one, right? We'll get him on the next one.
We've done a lot of work together too. So exactly. It's like I'm just blessed to have done a couple joints with him already.
Of course,
you know, legendary status, like
legendary status. Amazing. Yes, from one of my all-time favorite groups ever, from the Jungle Brothers. Please welcome Mike G.
Put your hands together.
Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
What's happening, man?
It's cool, man. Just happy. That's the perfect birthday gift. I don't know if you guys planned it because tomorrow's my birthday, and it's dropping on my birthday. So I'm like, I'm full tilt, baby.
I would like to take credit for that, but no, just kind of Dumi was like, hey, how about the 13th? It's like, okay,
it's serendipity, man. It's serendipity. You know what I mean? Things just come together and connect as they're supposed to.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm mad I couldn't get on this one. I'm a little slippery sometimes. Burn. Yeah, I'm burning candles all over the place.
Both ends all the time, right?
But I'm always happy, and I'm just remember I'm your number one cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Like Dumi said, we've been at this for a while, man. And I remember back in the days, R.I.P. to my man Cadence, our brother Cadence. You know what I'm saying? He pulled my coat, and you know what I'm saying? That was just linking up. That really helped keep my hip hop spirit alive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for that, and thankful to be able to help and guide in any way I can, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's so appreciated, man. Like, it's just been like I was saying to C-Doc, like, even though we didn't connect on this joint, like, I feel just honored and privileged, to have been rocking with you, seen you rock, listen to you rock, and then, rock together, collaborate, from the Kennedy Center to, I remember seeing y'all in New York and being like, yo, boom, boom, boom. We were Funkin' Klein and talking.
There you go. That's what I was about to say, B. Our lineage is deep, B. R.I.P. to Funkin' Klein, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it goes back, way back. So we need Chuck on here to speak on that one. Dang.
Oh,
man. Yeah,
man,
man, it's happy to I'm just happy, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm happy for you. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for letting me listen to a couple of the other tracks. I mean, you always come with the heat, man. So if you ain't up on it, whoever's listening, jump on it. It's a banger. You know what I'm saying? DUMI always comes correct. So,
I appreciate that.
Just put on your seatbelt and get ready to ride.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like it's definitely some heat, and I love the way it all kind of came together. Like, everything has a purpose, and everything a reason, and kind of just organically growing and building, and even some of the delays actually ended up making stuff pop off, in like a really, really special way, I think.
Well, talk real quick, because it was thanks to Mike that this whole thing happened as it did anyway,
For sure. Like, I was talking to Mike, and like he said, guiding, advising, inspiring, just seeing what he does, and what the Jungle Brothers have done for the culture, and just as an inspiration for me, coming up. Seeing that Straight Out the Jungle record I still remember in my living room in Harare, Zimbabwe, my man had that tape, and he brought that over, and Boogie Down Productions, by any means necessary. And we listened to both of them joints back to back or whatever. So just to think, fast forward to today, it's like surreal almost. But talking to Mike, he knows game, you know what I mean? And he's been around the business and kind of has good ideas and thoughts. And so talking to him about how I was trying to put this record out and what I wanted to do with it. And he was like, oh yeah, you should talk to C-Doc over at Chuck D's situation at SpitSLAM. He's like, they're doing some good stuff. Why don't y'all, I'll put y'all in touch and y'all can rap. And I think I was on my way to teach my class at GW. I teach a hip hop ensemble. I'm in the car, doing my traffic jam roll call. And I hit up C-Doc, and I'm like, on the way to GW, talking about, I got this record and here's what I'm trying to do with it. And once again, like we said, fast forward to the spoiler alert, sitting behind him, sitting right next to me. Yep. The record is here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy how those series of fortunate events kind of unfold to bring this project full circle.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. So Mike, thank you for the hookup.
Nah, anytime. No hookup. Just everything works out the way it's supposed to work out, B.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
like, Mike, I don't know if I mentioned, and this is like a segue, but I think it's a cool segue. Yeah. Like, when we came, I did a residency at the University of North Carolina with this cultural diplomacy kind of initiative that the university was doing. And so I hit up Mike because I knew he was kind of in the vicinity a little bit to see if he was going to, available to swing by and kind of just, chill and build and connect or whatever. And he came by, and it was like a B-boy from Chile, beatboxer from New York, and then an MC from Senegal. And the B-boy from Chile was like, the Jungle Brother, Mike G, he's coming here? And I was like, yeah, he's coming to check out the show. He said, oh, word? Yeah, you think we're gonna get a chance to meet him? Like, cause he, you know what I mean? Like, all of us have just, admired and respected the work you've done. So like for him, like it was, and then after the show, Mike is like, yo, y'all want to go get a drink or something? Y'all just want to chill and celebrate, like super down to earth. And I'm like, yo, that's what real is.
That was chill. We that was like a real old school cypher. We was spitting, dudes was break dancing.
Wow.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a good night.
Yeah,
that was a really good night. North Carolina never ceases to amaze me.
For sure.
Word
up. Sure. And the reason I bring that up too is just because like beautiful moments like that for me encapsulate what hip hop is all about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's not all the flash and all the, hard to reach, like behind the velvet rope, and like cats don't say what up to you because they're super, you know what I mean? It's like some down to earth, real person to person, like connecting across borders, across countries, you know what I mean? Like that's what brought me into this. And so that's what I try to keep going.
Yeah, word. So DUMI, I don't know if you want to talk about, you brought this album to me and it didn't sound anything like this. And I put you through the paces on it. I was like, yeah, it's cool, but I think we can make it better.
We want to talk about the behind the music.
If you want to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's interesting because like you put it together and you've got these bangers, and I know you had some ideas about like, and it was funny because you were like, well, you might just want me to leave it alone and just be like, nah, don't even, leave me alone. I've got the record complete. But I'm always open to be like, yo, what can I do to, add a spark here? Some joints I had that I'd had for a little bit, and I was like, it'd be dope to have like a remix. So when it hits people, it hits them a little different too. And I also like just kind of the idea of, spicing it up, working with new sound technicians, new producers, and just seeing what could happen. Cause that was the other thing. I remember you were like, well, if you don't like it, at the end of the day, you got a bunch of remixes for like B-sides for like an alternate album.
That was my pitch. I was like, if you really set, because I thought it was okay, but I thought that the songs were lyrically were great, and I thought, me personally, it's always a taste thing, but I thought that it could have a little more soul, it could have a little more a jazzier vibe to it than what was there already. And that's what I pitched to you. I'm like, look, man, at the end of the day, you'll end up with double the songs, and and you can do whatever you want with it. But I said, let me take a shot at it. I'll call some guys. And you were very receptive to it, and we ended up rolling with that stuff. By the way, also, I want to put it out there that I had no intention of producing as many songs on the record. Like, this was not my way of saying, "Hey, I'm going to do your record."
Hey, let me get in on there, right?
Yeah, that was not my intention at all. I was going to send you a track or two and be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I ended up doing more but that was dope of you to keep coming back and asking. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And it was cool too. Cause I think the way we started, I was like, you're like, I'm gonna send you some guys that I've worked with and see if you dig their stuff, or here's links to whoever. And so like I listened to, and I was like, oh, this one cat. Yeah. He's got, you know what I mean? Oh, 3PO. I heard something crazy that he did. I can't even remember which song I heard. But I was like, oh, that would be great. And like I said, I had an original version of a song and we done a video for it. So it's like, oh, if we can remix it, you know what I mean? It's brand new again. And then, similar things with other cats, like, oh yeah, this is M-Rock. And it's funny because like Chrome has produced a bunch of cats out this way, like in the DMV area, and our paths just had never crossed. And I was like, oh, let's hear what he's got, and bring into the table or whatever. Yeah. And then, me too, like, and Mike knows this. I'm like, if I'm gonna come, I'm gonna find the heavy hitters I can to swing on them. Like, I pride myself on the fact that all the collabs and the people that I network and build with, one, are people I looked up to and were inspired by, but also people that don't necessarily always be on tracks together. So, you'll find Stickman and Prince Poe, not on this album, but on The House of Stone. And that's a pairing that you won't see every day, all day. Yeah. I had Chub Rock and Vast Air on a song together with me or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's not your usual mix, you know what I mean? And so I love doing that because I think it's, one, refreshing to kind of have these unique combinations come together and make something like hot. But I also, just from a musical standpoint, like people I respect and admire, love to get down with them musically and see what we can come up with creatively.
Yep. And I gotta say, you got some dope guests on this record.
Oh man, serious. Yep. And I think he might hop on the stream, but this all started. So when I did the record House of Stone, Zimbabwe Legit, years ago, it was born out of frustration, right? Because I was trying to break through and doing different stuff or whatever. And I started, trying to work on different joints or whatever. And I think one of the first joints that I did for that record just came out coincidentally. I can't even remember how we connected somewhere online. YZ hit me up and he was like, remember me? And I was like, oh, yeah, big bro. Of course I remember you, because funny story, but not known to many. YZ almost managed Zimbabwe Legit.
Wow.
He had his office, 720 Music out on Broadway, right next to the Source. And so we were in the Source magazine. We had wrote an article back in the day, Zimbabwe Legit, about hip hop in Zimbabwe and kind of the industry, the lack of industry and all of that and opportunities. So we wrote a 2-page article, LL Cool J on the cover. April 1992. But anyway, coming in and out of those offices, YZ's office was right there. And so, of course, you know, who's the man with the master plan, Tower of the Power, all of that stuff. And so we're like, oh, man, it's cool. You know, and we just kind of, you know, met up just, you know, on the humble. Then later, like we were going through it and trying to figure out this whole music business thing or whatever. And he was running a management company. So we were like, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's the situation. You know, what are your thoughts? Had some discussions. He ended up, I was in college still, so it was challenging because I wasn't always in New York. And then he was moving out of state, I think moving to Atlanta or wherever he was moving at the time. So we never did link up in that capacity. But when he hit me back up, you know, years down the line, and he was like, yo, remember me? And I'm like, of course. And he's like, what you working on? You're still doing music? I'm like, oh, for sure. And he's like, yeah, you know, maybe we should do something. And I was like, funny that you should say that. I'm looking to put this thing together. And we did a song called Vicious Circle. And it's real dope because I mean, he started the song by going, Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe. I was like, hands down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he shouted out the whole country that we were repping, you know, and we were from. So anyway, House of Stone had YZ on Vicious Cycle, as Vicious Circle, and then Mike G, he blessed us on this joint called Where I'm At. And that was basically kind of just this like story of my life type joint, you know, hey, where I'm at, where I'm going, where I'm coming from. And like he said, Cadence, you know, big collaborator, friend, may he rest in peace. But he was like, yo, I'm building with Mike, and I know he knows you all or whatever, and we're doing this thing on my album, and you know, we should get down or whatever. And so it was real cool because he produced the song called Where I'm At that Mike G hopped on. So that was just like super dope to be able to connect and collaborate. We ended up doing a video. Mike was going to be like in New York at one point. I was going up. My brother was there. We had a director. We had some crazy concept, you know, running in the streets and the guy with the African mask chasing me and all this other stuff. And we filmed part of it. I don't know if New York heads remember Sutra, but we got the owner of Sutra was like, yeah, you can use the spot. Big shout out to Ariel. So we shot part of it at Sutra, you know, and Lower East Side. So it was real dope. And so that kind of just has been the rocket fuel. Like that kind of reignited me just on this path of like, yeah, this can actually be done and done well and done right, you know. And if you're connecting with like-minded people, you know, there's no telling what you can do.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, you want to get into the record?
Let's get into it. What's up to all the people checking in? What up, Brian Hancock? I see you.
All right, so we started off with track 1 is This Is My Calling.
Oh yeah.
Produced by Count Fife.
Yeah, so Count Fife.
Count Fife. Okay,
Count Fifth.
Okay, we're all wrong.
Count Fifth.
Okay.
Like uncap a fifth. So Count Fifth, cat out here that he's produced. I mean, he's done mad work. Like the production that comes to mind is Killer Priest. I know he's worked with him, but I think he's worked with Cap. He's worked with so many people to name or whatever. He's an MC and he's a beat maker, but he's got that heat. And I've seen him around the scene. He, you know, beat conductors battles in and around the area and everything. And so when we were putting the record together, like I said, I wanted to make sure all the joints that came out had like either a new flavor, you know, a new twist on them. If anything had dropped as a single, you know, mix it up. So connected with Count Fifth on the remix, and he just brought a banger. And then of course my man Nathaniel Starr on the vocals. Crazy. I mean, he's like, I gave him the concept and what I was talking about. Keep your foot on the gas, no stalling, because this is my calling. And he just, you know how you give somebody an idea of something and they just, you know, blow the roof off with it. So that was real cool. So this is my calling, and basically why I do this, man. This is what I was what I was here meant to do, like I say in the song.
Yep. All right, let's check it out.
All right.
Sometimes life seems to wash away your way. Sometimes we fall and we feel small. Then you remember it's your call. Story of my life. Where should I commence? I knew that this was bigger than me, so I've been working ever since. Had to figure out exactly what I'm here to do. Sometimes you choose the goal, sometimes it chooses you. Searching for the answers, taking lots of chances. Had to grab a hold and take control of all my circumstances. Every time that I survived, I used that as a lesson. Cause in disguise, I realized that there might be a blessing. It took a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice. This is my calling and I'm all in like the World Series of Dice. It was an education that was pretty far from formal. The path I chose to make and take was pretty far from normal. Many times I was coloring outside the lines. Instead of following patterns, I made up my own designs. When the skies were overcast and it wouldn't stop raining, waited for the seeds to grow, the reason I've been training. I could work harder, but I chose to work smarter. But this not working out at all and I was a non-starter. Ready for the situation cause I made the preparations. Still cool with some of the gang, got no time for celebration. Mass times acceleration, use the force, elevation. This is what I'm called to do, say that without no hesitation. Never compromised integrity, chasing celebrity. So much bigger than all of that cause I'm building a legacy. Foot on the gas, no stalling. Hoping you can hold me down, catch me if I'm falling. I'm going all out, cause I'm all in. Been waiting for this all my life, cause this is mine. All my life I've been waiting to do this, filled with gratitude, and I got a new attitude. Who this? Pardon me, I didn't recognize the number. Will I ever make it? There were times I really had to wonder, trying not to make the same mistake, repeat the blunders. Knew the storm was coming cause I heard the sound of thunder, but I never heard opportunity, nah, I had to search for it. Nothing ever fell in my lap, I had to work for it. Having patience was essential, making progress incremental. Link between the passion and success is not coincidental. Trying to go from A to B, not always a straight line. Calibrating baseline, bottom line, it takes time. Throughout this entire endeavor, I knew that it would get better. However, whenever, whatever, I kept applying the pressure. Here's some words that I was given to this day, they stay true. Just keep pushing, then one day you're gonna have a breakthrough. Might be twisting in the wind, don't ever let it break you. All the struggles you go through is the very thing that shapes you. Don't know the secret to success, but here's something that I suggest. I'm still here because I didn't give in to the fear and stress. I submit my presence as the evidence irrefutable. Overcame the obstacles and made it through the crucible. Internalized this all into my molecular structure. Stretch goals so the ligaments won't rupture. Foot on the gas, foot on the gas. No stalling. Hoping you can hold me down, catch me if I'm falling. I'm going all out, cause I'm all in. I've been waiting for this all my life. Been waiting for this all my life. Been waiting for this all of my life. I've been waiting all my life. I've been waiting for this all my life. This is my calling.
Yeah. See what I was telling you about those vocals, man? Yeah, bro, be singing, but
that whole vibe is right, B.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, I got that whole 70s vibe, you know what I mean? Like some Isaac Hayes or something off of that joint. And like I said, like when I was writing it, I was doing a podcast earlier today, and it only kind of occurred to me as I was saying it on the podcast. But like, as much as it was kind of like, yo, you know, stay the course, you know, maintain, hold your head, you know, as a message to people out there, it was really a message to myself. You know what I mean? Might be twisted in the wind. Don't ever let it break you. All the struggles you go through is the very thing that shapes you. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those rough times and struggles end up, you know, forming who you are, you know, and what you do.
The nails that keep your house together, baby. Word up.
Yeah.
Hey.
Great way to put it.
I love this dude, man. Word up. Word up. We need more of that, man.
I guess I should
Yo, just play music, man. We ain't even got to talk, man. Just play the. I mean, we can't play everything, but just play music, man.
I'll play the next one here in a second. But I want to say real quick, what was dope about that when you sent it to me, Dumi, I immediately knew like we got to start the album with that. Not only thematically, but like musically, it's like, all right, here we go. So
word up.
All right, so now everybody's, anybody that's followed you should know this song because this was the first single that we dropped like 2 years ago. It was a while ago, but yeah. So here's "Life Is What You Make It." With the first guest spots on the record.
Indeed, and so we got Chubb Rock on here. We got YZ on here. My homie Dre King playing the trumpet, and saving the best, culminating moment on the record. Mr. Chuck himself, Chuck D, dropping the outro. So let it run.
Here we go.
Rock. DUMI. Yeah. It's another one, baby. 50 years. Came in the game in 86. Doc Ice in the mix. UTFO, that Roxanne Lake. Flatbush, Hitman Howie T with that styly. That 808 TR gave birth to the lyrical C-sharp. Beat Streets are Kumo D and Doug E. Treacherous 3, Melly Mel's message drugged me. Street Cats, BX, BK, New Bouger. No flowers, they deserve a bouquet. The culture, don't bend, it's too tall. Cool Herc, the father of it all. Us girls, Mercedes ladies, sequence teams. Funky 4, one more, Chirac is the queen. Tila Rock, it's yours is the theme. 14 years prior to Cream. An honor to tour with them. F whoever is ignoring them. Man, his flowers to all of them. Life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees.
For me, it all began with my oldest brother and his record collection. The artist that I am today, of that is a reflection. First time I heard Run DMC and Rakim in his element, I'd walked into a whole new world and it was plainly evident. It was flying fresh with every new song I uncovered. Public Enemy to the Fat Boys, Latifah, the Jungle Brothers. MC Light, Houdini, Stetsasonic, it was endless. Even though I was in Africa, the impact was tremendous. I knew it was sincere, it wasn't game or promotion. The words that they would speak would even reach across the ocean. Through hip-hop like the internet, the world has been connected. Let them know that they're appreciated and respected. We shouldn't just come together when we're dealing with calamity. It's way bigger than hip-hop, it extends to friends and family. Let people know that we appreciate them while they're living. Not sure to see tomorrow, cause tomorrow's not a given.
Life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees.
I don't wanna sound redundant. The pioneers' abundance and golden era's persistence kept us in existence. Yeah, it was time to galvanize and make the world come to soon realize that the power of one city would help shape this nation and spread all across the world like a good vibration. I love all of those before me and all those after. If I could help build a bridge filled with joy and laughter and the importance of it all, how could we change history and build a wall for those infiltrators who stay clean from all the innovators? You know the ones that taught you how to be a hater, so I respect you even greater. Cause you fought against the odds. They'll never understand your scars, but they'll remind you when your soul seems dark. I look at you and all I see is a spark. To get this far, I know you must have heart. To fallen soldiers, ecstasy, Bismarck, Kango, PNB Rock, DMX, Young Dog, Black Rob, Coolio, Shot G, Little Key, Take Off, Hurricane G, their souls move on, but the power's in the song, so their life goes on. Yeah, you heard me well, man, their life goes on.
Life is what you make it. some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees.
No guarantees, do be right. Not only you saying it right, but you've been doing it right. Damn right. Appreciate it. The OGs dig the flowers. In hip hop we call it flowers. And may they rest in peace. Love, unity, having fun and peace. Salutes to the future in hip hop and rap music. Bring the noise.
Whoop.
Man.
Oh, that's right. That's how you're supposed to do that. So they go buy that joint now.
Right.
Word up.
Word up. Word
man.
up. Oh man, that joint is crazy. I ain't gonna front. I'm biased to the original. So when you finally let that joint loose, ain't no speaker gonna survive. But that joint, man, that thing. That joint was heartfelt right there.
Hey, I'm gonna send you the original. We gonna do the original remix.
Yeah, that joint is crazy. That joint is crazy. Word up. But yo, fellas, I'm gonna dip, man. I got to run, man. I don't want to take up some more of your time, but yo, thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for being here, Mike. Great to see
Mike.
you,
Yo, all day, man.
Thanks for all the work and collaboration, man, over the years.
Hey, it don't stop, man. It don't stop, man. We'll see y'all soon, all right?
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right, so now that Mike G's out, we got somebody else here that was just on that song. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, YZ.
Yeah. There he go. And it don't stop. Oh, hold up. Why we gotta get YZ's mic on?
Oh yeah, we can't hear you.
I don't know if he's muted on his. Okay, it looks like it's unmuted. Nope,
Yeah,
can't hear.
You might have to jump out and jump back in. Sometimes it does that.
Yeah, I was just sending him a text. I was like, I know he's coming through.
So we'll see if that works. And also the producer of the next track coming up is here as well. So let's try to bring YZ in. Here we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Y'all gotta forgive me, man. I've been over here trying to get this room right for my nieces. They're coming in from California, so my wife got me painting the house.
Painting the house.
I got paint all over my arms.
I mean, this is what real MCs do.
I'm gonna show you my feet right now.
Oh man, what's up, brother YZ, man? Thank you for joining.
Oh no,
get on record, man. Mad appreciation.
Oh man, no, listen, bro. Anything for you, brother. You know it.
Yeah, I was telling them how I first, my brother and I first connected with you back in New York when you was running 720, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's a blessing to still be connected. You know what I mean, and building. You know?
Absolutely. It's always been a beneficial, mutually beneficial relationship. Both on and off the court, you know what I'm saying? You know, I love the fact that you're a family man and doing your thing. And brother C-Doc and I, we kind of mesh a little bit now too. So that's a good
word up. All in the family.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
he's a family man. He's a family man too. I love it.
And real quick, I did not forget about you. I know I got stuff coming your way.
No worries, man. Take your time, man. It ain't no biggie.
You know what was funny, bro? Is like I think I hit you up. I'm like, yeah, I got stuff coming your way, and then the next day the storm hit and we lost power for like 2 days.
Oh wow, bro.
Yeah, I'm just like,
it's no real biggie, man. Because I pull it when I can pull it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's all good.
I don't want you waiting on my behalf. So
no. Why do you guys keep cutting in and out like that?
It might be on your end.
Yeah, because it's steady streaming for me.
Yeah, it's steady for me too.
internet connection might be
All right,
going in and out.
let me go upstairs. Maybe that's it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you do
and
that.
it was super cool having YZ on this record. You know what I mean? And
Couple
like I
times.
said, yeah, 2 times. You know, real cool. And like I was saying at the beginning, you know, just him being on House of Stone was kind of like the start of my you know, I don't want to say re-entry, but like kind of like being like, okay, yeah, we're gonna turn it up a notch or whatever, you know what I mean, and make sure we hit them hard every time we hit them, you know, so they can't sleep, you know, because folks tend to sleep, you know what I mean, if it's not like the biggest name or the familiar name, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that cat has something new on, I'll go listen to it, but there's so much music out, it's like got to get the great voices, the great minds, you know,
yeah, no doubt.
You know, Mike G, me, YZ, and Cadence.
Brother Cadence.
Yep. Had a little coalition called the Great Minds and did a couple joints, a couple shows and stuff. So the history is there. You know, history is deep.
Yeah,
so having him on
to our album. I wish we'd have did our album. That would have been dope.
I think we still should. You know, we're still all working. You know, so
just saying. Hey, never too late.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
For sure.
Okay.
Never too late.
But yeah, it was cool on Life Is What You Make It, because I think we got like a lot of cool different like perspectives. You know what I mean? I was talking about my story. Chubb Rock was relaying kind of a hip hop history lesson. YZ was giving tribute and flowers to the people that have gone, and kind of how this power of this music is such a global influence. So it was a real great combination, I thought. So for sure, really happy to do that joint.
Man, I'm sorry I missed Mike just now. I saw him say bye, but
yeah, that would have been
you know, that's
connection.
my homie.
Yeah. I was trying to bring you in, but he was bouncing. I'm like, all right, so swap you guys out, but yeah.
Now it's cool, and it's real cool. Like, man, I gotta shout out Chubb Rock, because like it was funny. Like, I was trying to connect with him for a while on the original title, No Guarantees. And we were, you know, exchanging messages. He's a busy cat, but he was down and wanted to do it. Then we connected on the phone, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get it to you." He was like, "Just hit me again." And he's like, "I'm gonna knock it out or whatever." And I swear it was probably that evening. He was like, "Yo, I sent you the vocals," and he was like, "And by the way, I did a hook too. So if you're feeling it." And I was like, I listened to it and I was going crazy. Like, I was like, oh my God, like this joint is dope. Oh, this is ridiculous. I hit him back. I'm like, I love it. And it was a new song. Life is what you make it. You know, he had coined that phrase and pulled it into the song. And so then assembled all the other components, you know, got to get the trumpet on there. And like Mike was saying, see Mike put in a vote for the OG version, and we got both. So big shout out to Soul City. I know he'd be happy to hear that, you know.
Hold up, wait a minute. You got another version of Life Is What You Make It with Mike G on it?
Nah. I had sent him the track beforehand, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna write something to it," and then we ended up not, you know, completing that or whatever. So we'll get him on the next one.
Oh yeah,
Great Minds Revisited.
Right.
And make sure we pull him in, you know.
Yep.
So speak it. Maybe you just spoke it into existence. There is going to be another version. Life Is What You Make It Part 2 featuring Mike G, and we'll do it. You heard it here first, y'all.
Yep.
I just made that up, but
I love it. Got to do it. So okay, the next track, the producer of the next track is here. Let's bring him in. The homie, the Stromy, 3PO coming out of ATL.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now we can hear you loud and clear.
What's up?
Right now, you look like the coolest cat in the room, man.
Definitely not.
Mermaid set up with the records.
Yeah, exactly. It's official. So, but just in time for your first offering on this record.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So what up? Let it fly.
Here's Tell 'Em.
Yeah. Yo, Bengithi mntakwamnyama shisa impepho njikela amagama Tshela inyanga phinde futhi imbizela abadala Bamvula ingqondo batshela ukuthi ngihlale yamenthini Kulomhlaba indima yami ekuvuselela isiko Ezulwini yavela inkosi iphethe isipho Sibane zolwazi nkanye ziyenhlakanipho With this gift well I'm here to unite the people And remind you that all of us we all equal Together we stand, divided we fall true Two is one and one is none And if it's black on black the culture is gone That's why I suppose I'm a time but sikwela amaphansi Ukuze basivulela indlela Baqoshele zethu wakhala nyonini Basitshela amadlozela amathongo To rebuild traditions in Bantu society The codify the language of African philosophy Tell them to love and have peace Tell them to conquer and the belly of the beast So these are the words that I preach And they listen to them and be free I don't need them dog words Tell them to love and have peace Tell them to conquer and the belly of the beast So these are the words that I preach Listen to them and be free I don't need them dog words
To the youth, I'ma need you to tell them They ain't gotta buy all the stuff people trying to sell them Stuck in a box, think your way out of it You come a long way and I want you to be proud of it Looking at the odds, you might think you can't do it It's not written in the stars, situation's quite fluid Like water, I want you to flow on Pay it forward, play it forward, and so on and so on Refuse to play the back, cause you gotta make an impact I don't need ChatGPT, I'm nice with the syntax Coming of the three, written in the prophecy Overcoming obstacles like Homer in the Odyssey We the front runners, always strength in numbers Make spots hot, but still cool as a cucumber Rhythm like a drum, no matter where you're from I ride red or Wagadugu, we gon' get it done
Tell them to love and have peace Tell them to conquer and the belly of the beast So these are the words that I preach If they listen to them and be free I don't need them dog words Tell them to love and have peace Tell them to conquer and the belly of the beast So these are the words that I preach Listen to them and be free I don't need them
My people You and I need you and I T.Y. Black fist raised high with a peace sign To a place on this earth that precedes time Kuva kukuruzwa nenye kazino Kuva zimo vemazinza angova mashingo In a system putting profit over all the people I see love, I see life, I see us, I see hope Masango matema asi chinongo kanyaira Musika vano ndiye anongo titungamira Mukurasika shese nekutsvaka nzira Zvatinoshuvira nezvatinovavarira Sehuno mazitate guru Vanoti yeva aine shungu Yekuti patokundikana tokunda Ringori tariro rerimwe zuva
Tell them to love and have peace Tell them to conquer and the belly of the beast So these are the words that I preach They listen to them and be free I don't need them dog words Tell them to love and have peace Tell them to conquer and the belly of the beast So these are the words that I preach Listen to them and be free I don't need them dog words too
Yeah.
I don't know what they're saying half that song, but I still like it.
Yeah, so you got the cat spitting, first cat was spitting in Ndebele, indigenous language to Zimbabwe, and then obviously I was rhyming in the middle, and then outspoken closed it out with a mix of Shona and English. So bringing that bringing that trilingual connection or whatever, you know, harkening back to doing damage in my native language, you know, how we do.
Yep.
Sounds good though. Yeah.
Yep. And then I gotta give you props, 3PO, because that was not the original joint. You remixed it, right?
Right.
So anytime anybody remixes a joint and there's a sing-song chorus and they can keep it in key, I'm impressed.
Any melody is going to be 10 times harder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
and both of those tracks I did on that album have that. So
yeah, right. And you did it both times. So
yeah, I actually made a version of that. I actually made another version of both of those probably, but the first one was a little. I think you guys want me to try again, but yeah, the second one we nailed it. So
yeah, and the thing that I like too is like with the drums too, like on the vocals, like and tailoring it to like the breakdowns and like but don't. I was like.
The tempo was like 105 or something. I'm like, I don't even make music that fast. I'm not used to that. So I had to kind of make it sound. I had to trick myself into making a slower sounding beat, you know?
Yeah, because it doesn't sound that fast.
It don't, yeah. You just try to do a regular break beat. It's like, that don't sound like something I would do. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you remember on the single, on the maxi single, Chrome did a remix, and his sounds hella fast. And when I listened to it back to back, I was like, "Whoa, wait, this is the same joint."
I even cut the beat in half too, like
okay.
Part, and I did like a whatever half of 105 is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what it sounds. It sounds like that. So okay.
Yeah, and the other one kind of a little bit. I didn't even realize it till later. I'm like, that kind of sounds like drum and bass a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
But that wasn't my intention. I just had to fool myself into thinking I was making a slower beat.
Yeah. Nah, good stuff. Like the way it turned out.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, no shit. Yo, 3PO, you and the drums, man. I always tell you, I love the way your drums sound, bro.
Appreciate it.
You know how to do it. You know how to program them, and most importantly, you know how to mix them right. So,
yeah.
It's
all about compression, man.
Yep.
Limiter. Yep.
And the other thing too, because a lot of times I'll get a remix, and you can tell like, oh, it's cool, kind of matches. You know what I mean? But there's like a little drift here and there. Whereas with 3PO's joint, it was like on the whole time.
With the lyrics, I'm weird about that. Yeah,
it was like, and even just like I was saying, the breaks and the start and stops were like, oh, you know what I mean? Stuff that you want to emphasize. He emphasized with the breakdown.
I mean, I think I got an ear for that. I've been producing a long time, so
for sure. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So the next joint is DJ M-Rock's contribution to the record, if I recall correctly.
Hey, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear that last song.
Oh, okay. Sometimes that happens. It's goofy like that. You might have to again like turn it off or on or something. It happens sometimes.
Okay, I got you.
Yep. Okay. So here's Knew It All.
Well, hey, I'll be back for the next one I produced.
Okay, sure.
Sounds cool. There were times that I thought I could do it all. Couldn't tell me nothing, I knew it all. The whole time thinking I was ready to go. Then I realized there was so much I didn't know. I used to think that I had it all figured out. Always had to be up in the mix, couldn't sit it out. Funny thing about experience, gotta learn it. No fast track to the finish line, gotta earn it. I knew the path wasn't ready to embrace it. Looking for a shortcut, I skipped over the basics. I said don't worry about it, I got this. When they told me I should slow up, I did the opposite. See, I was never willing to accept that. Had to keep moving forward cause I couldn't step back. Any advice I was given, I ignored it. Stakes so high, not sure I could afford it. Running on adrenaline with nights that were sleepless, but didn't want anyone to see a sign of weakness. The weight of the world heavy on my shoulders, seeing dreams blown to smithereens of toy soldiers. Yeah, I needed help but never asked for it. Got to a point that I could not endure it. I was so focused on trying to get it poppin'. Overcome with stress, I had to find a better option. There were times that I thought I could do it all. Couldn't tell me nothing, I knew it all. The whole time thinking I was ready to go. Then I realized there was so much I didn't know. There were times that I thought I could do it all. Couldn't tell me nothing, I knew it all. The whole time thinking I was ready to go. Then I realized there was so much I didn't know. Give thanks that I made it through another day. Hard times, but I learned a lot along the way. Gave it all I got, but still got more to give. Went through highs and lows, but the end result was positive. See, once I realized my limitations, it led me down the path to a whole new destination. Now every day, I'm counting these blessings. First things first, cause there ain't no second guessing. I realize it's okay to say no, and if I need some space, then it's okay to lay low. And if I'm going in the wrong direction, gotta reroute. If I'm in a bad situation, gotta be out. Don't need permission to release the pressure. Just because I asked for an assist, that doesn't make me lesser. All the times I was so stressed and freaked out, people around me probably could have helped, I should have reached out. It takes practice, far from automatic. Recognition, repetition, how I make a habit. Still go hard and I'm still a go-getter. And even though I may not know it all, I know better. There were times that I thought I could do it all. Couldn't tell me nothing, I knew it all. The whole time thinking I was ready to go. Then I realized there was so much I didn't know. There were times that I thought I could do it all. Couldn't tell me nothing, I knew it all. The whole time thinking I was ready to go. Then I realized there was so much I didn't know.
That's hot.
Word, thank you, man.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm glad you could hear it.
I could hear that one the whole time.
Good. Good deal.
Dope. Yeah, it was fun making that joint. And and getting the remix too, because I like all the movement, the cuts underneath and the horns and everything. It just kind of like bigs it up. And I always say, man, like a lot of times, like in hip hop, people forget to be human. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm the toughest. I'm Iron Man. Nothing ever phases me. And it's like, man, even Tupac had his dear mama. You know what I mean? It's like it's not always about being the hardest of the hard rock.
Right.
And a lot of people are starting to talk about hip hop and mental health, which is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people need to not be afraid to say if they're not okay, or say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then giving into that pressure. So yeah, thought I knew it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Dope.
Yeah,
I like it.
Word up. All right, so the next joint, Heart Knows, track 5.
Word up. Kev Brown on production. Y'all DMV and beyond know Kev Brown.
Yeah.
Rocking it. Come on, man. And then Saria singing, doing the Ella Fitzgerald, jazzy, buttery vocals over it. So all came together.
Word up. Here we go.
The way we feeling, if it's real,
only thing that matters.
Focused on each other and ignoring all the chatter. When you're falling deep in love, no one can tell you nothing.
All knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion.
The way we feeling, if it's real,
only thing that matters.
Focused on each other and ignoring all the chatter. When you're falling deep in love, no one can tell you nothing.
All knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion.
I think about the time that we first met, before we started this adventure and we took that first step. Hopes and dreams just like streams when they flow together. So great when we started, and now it has gotten even better. Growing and evolving, every day is brand new. Love the way you talk and smile and everything about you. People out there might have tried to say we wouldn't make it, but we had a bond that was so strong that they couldn't shake it. Could it be that it was fate or maybe destiny? Don't know how this life would be if I ain't have you here next to me. What's the recipe for our success? I don't know for real, but what I know is that I'm really blessed. I don't care if everybody got a point of view. Say whatever they want to say, but we gon' do what we gon' do. If they want to talk, I ignore the whispering. I be like, I'm not listening. The way we feeling, if it's real,
only thing that matters.
Focused on each other and ignoring all the chatter. When you're falling deep in love, no one can tell you nothing.
All knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion.
The way we feeling, if it's real,
only thing that matters.
Focused on each other and ignoring all the chatter. When you're falling deep in love, no one can tell you nothing.
All knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion.
Appreciate the moments, never take them for granted. They're on the outside looking in, so might not understand it. You and I do, and it's perfectly clear. I hope that what we have lasts forever, never disappears. Always treasure any time we get to spend together. Incredible conversations, there's nobody else that knows me better. Through the stormy weather, you make it all brighter. Plus that heavy load that I've been carrying seems a little lighter. What we have is special, not easy to find. And we got each other, so don't need no one to co-sign. Constantly reminded, doesn't matter what people say. Gotta follow your heart, I tell you there is just no other way. From the first day, so many people had suggestions, but through all the ups and downs, we found the answers to our questions. If they're second guessing, I will not go near it. I don't need to hear it. The way we feeling, if it's real,
only thing that matters.
Focused on each other and ignoring all the chatter. When you're falling deep in love, no one can tell you nothing.
All knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion.
The way we feeling, if it's real,
only thing that matters.
Focused on each other and ignoring all the chatter. When you're falling deep in love, no one can tell you nothing.
All knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion. Heart knows what it wants, and that's the end of the discussion. Heart knows, heart knows. Yeah. Heart knows, heart knows.
fire, more fire, more fire.
How did you connect with Kev Brown? When did that happen?
So he's out in the area. So I've been just seeing him work and hearing him work for the longest or whatever. And then it was just as I was doing this record, I was like, yo, I need something, heavy, you know what I mean? Just to bring it out. And so we politicked or whatever, and he came through in the clutch. And then it's funny, I forget, Subatomic Sounds was doing a show. Emch was doing it at a club in DC. He was like, yo, come through, because me and him had done a record together. He's like, Spit Your Joint that we did or whatever. And then he had Women in Dub, I think, a crew of female singers as part of the crew. And one of them was Saria Idan or whatever, and so we just connected, and she got great vocals. She's like, oh yeah, hey, maybe we'll collaborate in the future. Classically trained vocalist, real soulful singer. And so when I was doing this joint, I was like, I need somebody that can really bring it. Like, I have this vision and this vibe of this song and kind of that call and response, and the only thing that matters, and like just need someone to bring it to life. And so boom, between that, the Kev Brown track, the lyrical fire, we put it all together,
Yep. Dope joint.
What up next? Cortez, Paul Brown, Battle in the house. See y'all.
Yep, word. All right. How about Be Careful?
Oh man. Be careful. YZ, no, we had to get him back on this joint, and YZ's gonna be like, hold up, this is an alternate, because like I said, we gonna have alternates and B-sides for days. Soul City on the original, shout out. And it was funny because Mike G actually heard that beat on the original. He's like, oh man, it'll make you run outside the house with no mask on or whatever. And he was just like, beat is crazy. And then kind of just fit in with the vibe of the album. We're like, okay, well, let's do it this way or whatever. And Speech, it's crazy, like been like circling him for years, you'll even hear it in the mention in the verse. But Arrested Development obviously had that Afrocentric vibe, cultural movement. And so Zimbabwe legit, like it's almost crazy that we didn't link up prior to this.
Yeah,
but have been a fan and an admirer, and he's got skills. Speech be spitting. Cats try to sleep, but like he be doing the knowledge. And then of course YZ had to get him to come through and rock the Be Careful joint. And then Elder Sensei is another one. Ran into him across the years, but just hadn't connected. And it was like, yo, let's do this thing. And he was like, yo, definitely, let's make it happen. And then had to bring Nathaniel Starr back to blaze it as he does. And I told him, like, this is the hook. Like, I want you to go to town on it. And he did exactly that. And then, of course, it was like, hey, C-Doc, like, you trying to do a remix or something? Yeah. He's like, oh, you want me to remix this too? I was like, well, let's see what you got and let's see how it vibes. And shoot, it all came together beautifully.
All came together. Here we go. Be careful.
La, da, 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 da. Da, da, da.
Be careful what you ask for, you might just get it without a moral compass. How you know where you were headed? Send an urgent message, calling all cars. Amateurs need not apply, only accepting all stars. That's globally respected with a record of contributions to speak on not just problems, but also the solutions. You can't forget the drama, cause we ain't out here acting. This is real life and we do it with a passion. To give them hope and an antidote made this concoction. So much stress that success, it was the only option. Matter of life or death, you know we must prevail. And always stand on principles like the Holy Grail. Landscape is always changing, we had to evolve. No time for sitting on the sidelines, we get involved. looking deep inside, do more than scratch the surface. And not just doing this, we're doing this here with a purpose. It's been a long time, but we finally connected. We see the bigger picture, hit you with a new perspective.
Not just anyone can, we're not just anyone, man. We done had plenty of fans, touring in 20s in vans. Entourages, hired hands, talent and booking a chance. Managers, corporate label heads, 20,000 seated events. Yeah, I done circled the sun 52 times, and I'm still in my prime. And by the way, stakes is high, nifty new rhymes, list me and thine, top 5 in my old mind. 2 through 5 is not I. So that leaves one to see the potency, saying things openly as if it was really in privacy, and vibrantly acknowledging Africa is inside of me. And like vinyl LPs, blackness all over my discography. Me and Dumi been wanting groovy collabs since the past. Who knew it would take a viral catastrophe to accomplish that? We crush grapes and make songs of rap. Released from death row, this is our aftermath.
They say be careful what you ask for. Looking for some drama, now it's at your door. You know in your head, now you don't know. Don't know. You don't know. Don't know. You don't know. This body tell you to be careful what you ask for. Cause this drama ain't the drama that you're looking for. You in way over your head and now it's at your door.
Yo, Dumi, they sound like they'll do anything for the bag out here.
Yeah, they be talking like,
I wanna be rich with a bad at any cost. I don't know the game you're playing, but I know you lost. Should a man gain the world just to lose his soul? The people out of control, you already know. You can exploit your people just to get the dough. But what go around, come around, hit the flow. Now knife at your throat, gun at your temple. You made your life complicated, it's really simple. You could do for that man what you want for you. You swing a sword at that man, what you expect him to do? You bring a weapon to my home, don't expect to lead. Somebody call the coroner, cause I'ma let you bleed. A dog will bring you fleas, but honey come from bees. Now you might think I'm playing, beloved please believe. Before you take this last breath, words remember these. The cloth you weave will determine how you leave. How you leave.
Do it for love, do it for the buzz, do it for lust, crown crush, do it with breaking bud, dig in my bag, no tricks to be had, socially bad, emotions flash, moments in my notepad, most mad, how they both flash, won't last, talking trash, first slap, body toe tag, shiny blast when they mouth leaking, about people they speaking, simple reason for teeth, leaving internal bleeding, mind yours about rhyme tours, times mature, not little beef drama honored at your door, we get it rockin' like 94, stomp the mouths out the floors, outlaws, sound the alarm for war, your don't want it for written to fits, linguist ambition is for business, your is calling it lit, artists for grit, dirty wordy spit, service is prevalent, verbal medicine, sex is the department of excellence.
They say be careful what you ask for. Looking for some drama, now it's at your door. You know in your head, now you don't know. Don't know. You don't know. Don't know. You don't know. This body tell you to be careful what you ask for. Cause this drama ain't the drama that you're looking for. You in way over your head and now it's at your door. Cause when the blood's in the water, sharks won't let you go. You just don't know. La da 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 da.
Be careful what you ask for.
I never heard that.
You ain't heard that version?
No.
I know you heard. I know
this song, but to be honest with you, when I was listening to this, I was like, I don't remember doing verses to this. And then when I heard myself, I was like, oh snap, that's me right there. Man, I gotta stop sending AI to do my work. Now stop playing. I'm playing. But that was hot, man. So I've not heard that version. I've not heard that.
Okay, it's versions upon versions. But
man, like how many times do you remix songs, bro?
Yeah, this one actually is not one of the ones that's not been heard like in any shape or form. But we sending it to radio like right now as we speak.
Oh, so that's a version that's not really pushing right now. You haven't pushed it yet.
No, we pushing it like right now, but it's not been heard. Like you hearing it here first.
I'm hearing it first myself.
And you're on it.
And I'm on it. Yeah. Hey, I remember the first version. How many versions you got? 2, 3?
Two. I think there might be a third version lurking.
I think because I thought I heard 2 versions already.
Yeah, I know, because DJ Moore from France did a version. or whatever, and that's definitely like a gritty, like it's
I think I
we
heard
got
two versions
bonus
of it.
cuts for y'all. Stay tuned. But on the record, as you heard it, and like I said, going out to radio is this version of Be Careful.
I gotta go listen to that again.
Word up.
That's because that track is like, it's nasty. I like that. That's you, C-Dot?
That was me, yeah.
Yeah, he did that, and I love the changes up on each verse too. You know, reminds me of like I'm the Man or something, like Primo, like when he chopped up each person's verse with like a different beat, and then coming back to the main groove.
Yeah, I like it. I might win with that one.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm not saying because I'm on it. I'm saying because it's hot.
That's gonna be part of it too.
I don't mean that because really. It's hot.
That's part of it too, though. That's part of it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Listening to you do me, I swear, like I actually think something's missing from the way I approach music sometimes, bro. Like I listen to some of the stuff, you remind me, like when you listen to Dilla, right? There's something that says Dilla, something very special about wherever his prowess was at the time, where he was coming from. It speaks volumes to me. And when I listen to your music, it always does that. It always hits me in a way that says, that's DUMI. I could tell, I can listen to it right away and I know that's you. And I think that's a special art to have, like, and it's very soulful. You know, you get that very soulful. I notice all the renditions are very soulful, but they sound like you. And I wonder why I don't approach music. I've never been able to approach music in that way. It almost makes me think that I'm not making hip hop anymore. Because y'all shit is hip hop for sure. Like this shit is like, that shit was like had my ear ringing.
Yeah, man, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I
gotta say, DUMI, I make whack music, bro.
I disagree, but
you're selling yourself short there, bro. Come on.
I was gonna say, like, I still remember when you dropped "The Ghetto's Been Good to Me," and y'all sent us a drop to the radio station. And so you can imagine me, college student or whatever, and we got like a drop, like, yo, this is YZ, you're listening to WUVT. And I was like, yo, I'm opening my show like that the whole time, with that beat playing in the background. I'm like, yo, he's rocking with us or whatever, and all this stuff, over the years and still consistently. Like, I mean, like I was saying with Vicious Circle, I mean, your own music too, but like what you brought on Life Is What You Make It.
I love what I do with you. Like I love the music I do with you.
So let's keep doing it.
Don't ever mention Ghetto's Been Good to Me again. That's a record I hate. C-Dot knows I hate that.
You hate that record?
Yeah, excuse my language if this is on radio, but yeah, I can't stand that record. I mean, it grew on me, but it hasn't grown on me to make my soul say, ooh, music should make you do that.
What about Master Plan? Like when you listen to that, are you like, yeah, I did something?
Master Plan was a B-side record, bro. I never even put an instrumental to the record. It was never supposed to be heard, ever.
Oh, really?
That record's crazy, bro.
Crazy records, man. Sometimes you on the inside looking in, you don't see it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really trying to, reach for nothing. It was In Control of Things was the first record, but that first album, man, was me and Tony D just going there, recorded whatever he put, but he pushed the button. I said, okay, we're rocking to that. That was that. Yeah. And so that album, that's not my favorite album of mine. It's not even close to it. It's like, and The Ghetto's Been Good to Me either would have been, except that, I had to deal with a lot of stuff, and with that album, and it just that just bothered me. So
it soured you on it,
right? Just this. So the stuff after that I loved the most. This last album I like. Finally, I found an album that I actually can listen to, because an album you put on, you should be able to listen to it all, with nonstop.
Yeah, sure.
And whether you listen to it today, tomorrow, the next day, if it like I could listen to Illmatic every day, and it ain't gonna bother me. And finally, I did an album that I think that I did that makes that kind of sense to me. But it still doesn't sound like it's a good album. I love it, but it just doesn't have like this soulful shit y'all do. Like I don't know what that is. Like I don't know if I'll ever be able to tap into that, you know, because I don't think that that's the kind of music I make. But I like listening to your stuff though.
That's high praise, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the kind words.
I like that. Like you got me wanting to go get off of this and go hear that again.
Word. Nah, for sure.
No, real talk. I mean, I'm serious. I'm not joking. Word DUMI, you know how I am. I don't cut.
Yeah, nah, you don't pull no punches. You talk, you speak it, you know. You speak it for sure.
Yeah, you gotta, love it or leave it. I don't care. I mean, but I like that, man. Like, man, you got like 3 versions of every record you do.
Yeah, man. Sometimes
when you did that, Life Is What You Make It has 4 versions?
Something like that. Wait, I think we got the OG. I know Diamond D did a version, and then C-Doc version. So like 3 versions, I think.
Yeah.
I could have sworn when we recorded that song, I thought that's what the OG version is. That's what you call that?
I think so. I had to remember which joint was the real original, which one was the remix of the remix.
Because every time I listen to it, I'm like, man, when did he record that?
Right?
He must live in the studio, Machi.
You know, slowly but surely. If folks really knew how long it took, like Speech said, who would have known it would take a global catastrophe for us to connect? You know. Sometimes things, like they say, never late. It might not be on your time, but always on time. So
always on time. That's right.
That's how it happens. But if folks are getting a little hungry for something more.
Hey, shout out to RBI in the house too. So
RBI, listen.
RBI, what up, man? That's my guy right there, man.
I met him through you, man. And RBI is a good dude. I like him.
Yeah, and he went and did some dates with you, right? Like some shows. Y'all did some. Because I know he made an instrumental for some stuff that didn't have an instrumental.
Yeah, that's right.
Cut it up and.
There's he might have did one for Master Pie because I damn sure ain't have one.
Yeah,
I got the masters right over there, but I mean, I could go make one. I just, those days are over, man.
Right, I feel that. And then
maybe I give my masters to C-Doc and let him have some fun with them. Just think about that. To have Tony D's, originals right here.
That's crazy. That's history, bro. That's history.
For sure.
Serious history.
Sure. But I got to shout out Breeze Ever Flowing, man, because he's another dude. Been, real cool brother. Obviously fan of his work, and he's always great to work with. I remember not on this particular record, at another record, we were in the studio together. And I was like peeping game and science behind like how he was recording his vocals and ad libs and different stuff and different things he was doing. And I was like, man, that's real dope. So having him on the track, and then M-Ski, from the Good People, but also dope DJ, dope MC, and have collaborated with the Good People on a couple of things. And I'm happy to rock with him on this joint for sure.
Yep. All right, here we go. Hungry.
Come on. Yeah.
We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough, wake up, can't sleep, focus, one day, guaranteed, got a hook. Wonder how we did it? By the book. We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough, wake up, can't sleep, focus, one day, guaranteed, got a hook. Wonder how we did it? By the book.
I'm never satisfied, I'm not content to sit back. Used up all my goodwill, so I'm looking for some get back. People doubt and count me out, but later they regret that. Like NBA players shooting threes, only time I step back. People chasing papers, so it's easy to forget that. It's cool to make a profit, but I'm focused on the impact. Goes beyond the bottom line, it's more than just the revenue. No matter what the situation, couple things I never do. Never rest on my laurels, never compromise my morals. Never get played, there's a few ways we can settle this quarrel. We can get into some gangster or handle it like gentlemen. Rock, paper, scissors, thumb wrestling or phone a friend. Not really debatable, my style is irreplaceable. My appetite's insatiable, plus I'm highly capable. Truth is inescapable, your position's indefensible. I could let them slide, but that will compromise my principles. Checking the bigger picture while they're looking at the thumbnails. Building a house of cards, but when the wind blows it all fails. Even though I sweat the small stuff, never lose track of the details. Zimbabwe represent by the album when it retails.
We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough. Wake up, can't sleep, focus, one take, guaranteed, gotta look. Wonder how we did it, by the book. We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough. Wake up, can't sleep, focus, one take, guaranteed, gotta look. Wonder how we did it.
Don't let the track sap your stamina. Snap a camera, photo op, rock to bubble like chemicals. Blow the spot, settle for jack shit below the top. Politic for dollars that can like control the cops. Cross the T's, dot the I's, got the prize. Put you down like a zombie got lobotomized. Took the crown, armies on the uprise. While you ignore the consent of your advisors. Rhyming defined by vibing higher. While low down bombing the lines of y'all suppliers. Y'all desires went against the common good, so we mobbing like Robin or rhyming hoods running round the woods. Promise of food, clothing, and shelter while y'all invest diamonds and jewels to blow yourself up. With little love for yourself, but you self-medicate every dose, defecating on your delta.
We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough. Wake up, can't sleep, focus, one take, guaranteed, gotta hook. Wonder how we did it, by the book. We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough. Wake up, can't sleep, focus, one take, guaranteed, gotta hook. Wonder how we did it. You wanna work, talk numbers like Sports Center. Or feel the freeze in the wind chill like the cold of the winter. So bundle up with the bag, that is a duffel for my trouble. I can't survive off of I love you. Pay me for selling when you're sold on the vibes. Get the ping in your phone right now, I have arrived. Respect to the rookies and the JVs. Coming up, but I'm majoring in the big leagues. I gotta cancel if you got long stories and short changes. Cause then all the love becomes a definition strangers. Compliance to weird science, I'm excellent. Then add you to the list of the suckers I gotta check you in. Reaching out to get the service and skills. Bring cash, crypto, coin, and real checks for my bills. Legal tender or a part of the deal that's beneficial. To you and me to equal a pack that's so official. We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough. Wake up, can't sleep, focus, one day, guaranteed, gotta hook. Wonder how we did it, by the book. We stay hungry, starving, gotta eat, feed me, no dough. Wake up, can't sleep, focus, one day, guaranteed, gotta hook. Wonder how we did it, by the book.
Yeah, I'ma blow it up, hey! Back it on up. Yeah, I'ma blow it up, back it on up. Yeah. Ready.
Hungry.
Yeah. That's RBI on the cuts.
That's RBI on the cuts, man. That's my dude right there, killing it.
Yeah, I like it. All of it's flavor, man. Everything's flavor.
Yeah, and then got to shout out Dr. Mel from the Funk Fire DJs. So after the joint on the outro, those cuts, it's a cat I collaborated with through Hip Hop Loves, and he was like, "Yo, I got some cats that can do some work," and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's set something up." So it was cool to have that as an element on it. And I'm always a fan of having, I don't know why, like I love it when I have a hook and I have somebody else spit it, you know, and M Ski, as you know, being the lyrical master he chopped it up like it's not, he flipped it from what I wrote, you know, just like with hungry, can't eat, no dose, feed me, you know, he added in like different parts to it, which made it real cool.
Yeah.
Like it.
No shit.
Yep. Sure enough.
Another C-Doc production.
You see that? C-Doc, man. You're all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah,
it kind of had no offense or anything, because I love them, but it kind of had that leaders of the new school flair, like that. It kind of had that.
Right.
That jump, that bounce. I mean, it just reminiscent of it. Not your own flavor for sure, but it just had that old leaders bounce.
I'll take that all day, man.
Yeah, all day
I
long.
love that. Yeah,
because I love leaders.
Yo, man, they were so dope.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, I must bring 3PO back. He's hanging out backstage.
Yeah, man. Let me let y'all get your thing on, man. But
all right.
Thanks for having me. Hey, before I leave, I'm rocking the gray for my homie Puff. Hopefully he'll get out of jail, man. I know a lot of people may disagree. I don't like what's happening with the man. I got to say it. And I got to say it out loud. I'm not saying he's guilt-free, because nobody's guilt-free. But
it's true.
Yeah, what he going through, I don't think he deserves. I'm going to rock the gray until they send the boy home.
There you go.
I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Anyway, man, I love y'all, brothers. Y'all be safe.
See you, bro.
Thanks for having me out. Hey, I'm gonna go listen to that record right now. I could go and listen to that right now, right?
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah,
it's not officially out for another hour and a half.
That's why I haven't heard it.
That's why. Yep.
Yeah.
So you while you doing your thing, can you send it to my phone?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, man. I want to go to sleep to that one.
Oh, word up. Yeah.
Anyway.
Shoot him a Dropbox link or something.
Yep.
Promo. Anyway, brothers, you brothers have fun, man. Thank you, Dumi, for having me. Aki, love the records, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for tapping in. Thanks for being on the record.
Man,
Let's keep working.
We need to. Got my ass hot right now. I want to go write something right now. I usually don't. Anyway, brothers, y'all be safe.
Thanks, YZ.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Right.
Appreciate you.
All right. 3PO's back.
I think that hook is what made him think of Bleeders the new school more than anything. Because it's kind of call and response. You know what I mean?
Call and response. Yeah. That's a good call.
Yeah. And so we don't need the reason why I want different reasons, I think, in my mind, at least, remixing joints. So I put it out or whatever. It had like an animated video for it. Chubb Rock again came through, killer verse. Love what he did on it. And we don't need no more trouble. And so for this record, it was kind of like, well, I could have the original on and people who've heard it would have heard it, or we could flip it with something new, get somebody like 3PO, and I love what he cooked up for it. And then that way it's like a fresh take on something that you may or may not have been familiar with. But
I like to make something sound completely different. So
word up.
And unfortunately this song is relevant again.
Right.
Telling you, man.
Yeah.
Also, I was happy to work with, because it's the first one I did for you, and then Chubb Rock's on it, so I'm like, that's a double,
Get your Chubb Rock credit now.
Yeah. Yep. But like you said, C-Doc, unfortunately, like it would have been nice to be like, oh man, this song is dated because he's not in office anymore.
It seemed like January 6th should have been the I remember having the thought, you know what? Finally, we get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
Nope.
That should have been it. Like every step should have been it, really.
Yeah.
Like, because we don't need no more trouble.
We don't need no more trouble.
Rocky.
Do me right and Chubb Rock.
Sound good too.
Chubb Rock and do me right.
Yeah.
No more trouble.
Trying to tell them when it comes to trouble, we don't need that. Believe that, consider this a warning, you should heed that. Music is a part of me, like the air when I breathe that. Coursing through my arteries, you cut me, I might bleed that. Highest expectations that you had for me, exceed that. Want emancipation, then your mind, you need to free that. Focused on the destination, looking for some inspiration. Not enough oxygen, anaerobic respiration. Inhale, exhale, gotta keep breathing. Looking for someone or something that we can believe in. What we need is justice and somebody held accountable. Gonna make it even though the odds are insurmountable. Find a key to unlock, stuck in the paradox. Never ending story, ain't no telling when it's gonna stop. I'll be on the front lines, you know where to find me. Letting Satan know that he should get out from behind me.
Trouble. We don't need love, not war.
Hold on. Promise me, man, I'm not really political, man. But enough is enough. Feel me? Obama is gone. You know who came? For my sanity, playboy, I won't say his name. Immigrants, no shame. He brings pain. His methods, man, is all in vain. His pop war hoods, white ones. Dirty minds, filthy, no Dysons. He fires people at whims. He hires people who sins. The fate of the world in the grip of his bomb. His whole cabinet came from Indeed.com. Pray if you want, vote if you want, tote if you want, but stay focused. We don't care about the POTUS. I'm a flatbush maneuverer. Hungry big dude, full plate with all the accoutrement. The devil invents him, protects him, vice presidents him. He's a G? Nah, F him. Right.
Oh no, we don't need no more trouble. We don't need love, not war. Hold on. We don't need, no, we don't need no more.
I'm looking for a lot of things, trouble's not one of them. Got a couple options, to be honest, don't like none of them. Use that voice, make a choice, kind of a dilemma. Outside looking in to find a way that we can enter. Vicious is the circle, but we're looking for a square deal. Instead of trying to fix it, maybe we should just break the wheel. Gotta keep fighting if they're not getting the messages. Keep trying to decipher what the madness in the method is. Encroaching and approaching, I think they need to ease back. Say it's for my own good, expect me to believe that. Don't and I won't, cause I know their track record. Seen it all before, so that's just what I expected. What we really need are opportunities, advancement. Prioritize improvement plus an upgrade and enhancement. Same old routine that just ain't gonna cut it. Keep fighting with these titans till we get up to the summit.
Oh no, we don't need no more trouble. We don't need love, not war. Hold on. We don't need, no, we don't need no more trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, just want to say this album's incredible. Before I go,
Appreciate it. Appreciate
it is, man. I was listening to the link you sent.
Yeah,
you should be happy. You should be proud of it. So,
thanks a lot, and thanks for being on it. Thanks for being a part of it. You definitely brought some fire, brought some flavor. So really appreciate it.
No problem.
Let's keep working. You know.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Reveal.
Peace. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Vibing like and it's funny because the Inside Outside coming up next, I think is probably the newest song. That kind of like a recent creation, but had to get down with my brothers from the DMV, the POMCs, and rock a joint. We've rocked before in the past, so if people are peeping out, they need to go dig in the catalog too, you know, hear the Chubb Rock and Vast Air joint, you know, as a flashback, hear the YZ Vicious Circle joint, hear the Mike G joint. But I did a joint with the POMCs and Asheru called Still Trapped. It's always a pleasure and always mad fun working with these cats. Mad energy, mad lyrical, mad poetic. So Inside Outside was just us like having a good old time. Video is gonna drop like imminently, like I'm talking about days for this joint. We got a really cool, humorous, funny, energetic video. So I think cats will dig it. But
Yeah.
I guess we should let them hear what it sound like. And this also, we serviced to college radio earlier this year. Losing track of time, and that joint went to the top of the Rap Attack Lives chart, and DJ
might have been end of last year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Yeah.
And it did real well and got real dope feedback. Like people really dug it. So I was happy, anytime cats that appreciate good music, say things like, yeah, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
Excited about that.
All right, inside, outside.
Whether you are inside or outside, we hope you enjoy your visit.
Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Inside, outside, all over the globe we reppin'. In the clutch, first touch, there ain't no second guessing, misdirection, so they not getting our location. Know our secret to success, how we stay standing like ovations. Higher elevation, so I got a good perspective. Cloaking device, stealth mode, moving undetected. You might not know me cause I'm fly under the radar. And outcasts, when they find out who we are, they be like unanimous, like Perry was a platypus. From Phineas to Ferb, you heard I am a strategist, out of this world's stratosphere. You know what really matters here? We'll be here forever, cause our words will never disappear. Adapt to the terrain, so no matter what the landscape, firm like a handshake, and I know just what it takes. Precision my vision, cause there really ain't no leeway. Gotta seize the moment, cause there ain't no instant replay.
The air quality index, the government syntax. We pay for their tough talk like rappers on dope tracks. Can't even take 2 steps without kicking fresh ish. You're better off making some jiffy pop and relaxing, but the sitter they call back. The iris is shimmering like sniffed as the cognac. Man, numerically all 10s. Cause Shorty and her friends, they're double dutching in the mirror, checking the bounce and checking the counts. You better swivel and pivot, avoid the evil that men do. Recalling and reminiscing the digits you ran through. You really want outside? Cause I got the foresight. There's only Casamigos tragedy and a dead mic. The demic systemically expose the counterfeit. We should've hit reset, but y'all rather get literally insistent to go outside. Just call me Uber Black Girl, I got you.
Yo, I'm like Hiawatha, off of the ayahuasca, smidgen the Waka Flocka, married the Garka. Penalty boxer, umpire ejected, 6 fouls, 2 texts, red card detected. Splenetic, hectic, very rarely corrected. Corroborate the alibis, as you'd have expected. I'm reliable. Most cats barely viable. Slander, reliable, never liable. It's undeniable. Insight, the insight, inside, outside, with or without an invite. Party crashers, untighten the uptight. Turn your semi-formal to some form of a food fight. Right? Night, blink at the back of my tail lights. Going home to raise more proteins than egg whites. Gon' happen, factually or hindsight. This the rapping they actually wish they wrote like.
Whether you are inside or outside, we hope you enjoy your visit.
Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide. Whether we are inside, even if we're outside, wherever that we ride, you know that we worldwide.
I gotta say that was one of the joints that I'm glad the album took as long as it did, because otherwise it wouldn't have been on the record.
Yeah, for sure. Like sometimes stuff works out in strange ways, but good. And it's real cool. Like I don't even know if folks like. I mean, this is what it's probably not gonna be a great on screen. Okay, there we go. With collecting like actual product, like if you remember, I remember back in the days, you get the record and you'd have the sleeve. Sometimes you had the inner jacket or the cassette. I remember talk about a Chuck D situation. Takes a Nation of Millions cassette, and the booklet was like, I don't know how many pages.
Like 100 pages.
It had all the lyrics in it.
Crazy.
And we put the lyrics in this joint, which I think is crazy. I'm gonna need my reading glasses to actually see them. I'm at that age, OG, old school. But that's just crazy. And that was funny because I was like, is that kind of giving up the secrets? And I'm like, yeah, it is. That's let people into the chamber and kind of, you know, see firsthand that lyric. What'd he say? You know, it's funny, the audio too. Suckers, that's down with me. You know, he's not down with me, down with me. He's the one of us.
Yeah, I know. We didn't know for so many years, man. For so many years.
Yeah.
It was
So
like,
it's cool to do like a jacket with the insert, with the actual product, and then the cover we ain't even speak on. My nephew hooked me up with this visual artist, Artie Masoke from South Africa, and he did the cover art, like real dope, you know, just kind of based on that, you know, cultural collaboration. There you go. Clearer picture of the record, but super dope artwork and kind of just envisioning what the whole thing is all about. So super happy how it all kind of just came together, you know.
Yeah. And I guess it's a good time to shout out our new friends at Elastic Stage.
Word up.
And, yes, this is a dope company. They did the wax for us, and it's vinyl on demand. So I'm putting it out there for all the artists, the other artists that might be watching that may not be able to afford wax. This is a great option. And normally you think, well, it's probably a lathe cut or something like that. And I know last time we did a listening party with Phil Most Chill, I addressed it, and it's not a lathe cut. They have some top secret process. They won't tell us what it is,
right?
But it's top secret.
Top secret. So how many? What's the minimum? Because I know with vinyl you have like high ceilings. Like how many can you order if you like are artist and you create a record? Like
you can order one.
Wow.
You can order one
crazy.
Record. Yeah,
Elastic Stage.
Elastic Stage.
And it's funny because you found them, and we were like looking at options to put out the vinyl, because I had to, like, I didn't want to just do another digital release. Like, I feel like you can do that all day, and the impact, I really want to get it to people to have something physical, something tangible.
Yeah.
And I know you got a copy, like a test press, but it still had full color.
This is the test press, by the way. This is it. And I was like, so yeah, that was the thing. It was, so I was fully prepared to figure out some way to maybe just do 100 copies. Right. But I'm scrolling through Instagram one day and Elastic Stage ad comes up, and they're making these claims, and I go check them out. They're in the UK, and I'm reading about it. I'm like, come on, nah, it's not gonna be. There's no way
it's sound like, right?
There's no way it's gonna be what they're claiming. And so I said to Dumi, I was like, look, I found this place. I'm like, it's worth a shot, right? Let's try it. So I set his record up, and I ordered it, and I got it, and seriously blown away. Like I beat it with records we have done at SpitSLAM before, and professionally, normally pressed records. This checked all the boxes. Like it's virtually.
You were like, yo, it sounds real good. I remember you hit me up and you were like, yo, that was the text. It was like, why? Oh.
Yeah. I was just like, it's just, and we put out Phil Most Chill's album already, and we did Elastic Stage vinyl through that. And I saw people online today have gotten their orders, and they're excited about it. So, Elastic Stage. I know, Doom, you got what, 25 copies?
Yeah. I got a stash at the crib, so cats have been ordering. The packages are going out because I know how long. I thought it wasn't gonna come till the end of May. Is what the Bandcamp. But I got the package like early. No, I'm amped. So like cats are ordering. I'm putting those records in mailing boxes, vinyl mailers, and sending them out. And when I run out, then you can go to Elastic Stage Direct and get it, or you can do that now, especially people overseas. I think ordering it from the UK would probably be easier shipping wise.
Yeah. Yep.
But while I got them, you can get them. And like I said, I might throw something extra in the box or whatever, especially for like the early adopters, somebody told me, I was like, it's shrink wrapped. They're like, but I want you to sign it. I'm like, you want me to crack the shrink? They're like, yes, pull it out the sleeve. So whatever you want, let me know. Might be a DUMI right Forward to the Future shirt in there or something. Who knows? Have to see. You just got to order early though, because once we run out, limited to supply on hand.
Right. Exactly.
But you guys also do CD, right? On demand.
Yeah. And so, similar thing, CD on demand, technically CDRs, but they do a really great job. So that's the CD version.
And then, of course, good old-fashioned digital. You can get the download on Bandcamp. The CD right here with all the artwork, cover art and everything, track listing, credits. Credits are important, man. I love seeing who produced which joint, who's on what, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Super dope. And then just good old digital. You can get the download on Bandcamp. Or if you're a streaming type person, you can stream it 10,000 times, and then that's like buying a CD.
Right.
But otherwise,
or just buy the CD.
Buy the CD and then put it on display.
Exactly.
Artwork.
Exactly. There you
display it. But what we got? What's this? What is the synopsis?
What is the synopsis? Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah. And cats that are familiar with the Temptations, fusion.
Oh yes.
Just the optics? Just an illusion, temptation, ball of confusion. Is it a classic or a cheap imitation in plastic? Weaving together this whole fabric, it's drastic. You just pull a thread, the whole thing starts unraveling. Controlling minds and hearts with dark arts that they're dabbling. Word gets around fast like sound when it's traveling. Fighting for your life, there's no option but to win. I begin, got a job to do. Some people sleeping on it, claiming that they do, but how they act, don't think they want it. Immune to the pain and shame, thinking it's a game. Fall into the trap of the one who shall not be named. Again and again, the scenario's the same. People pointing fingers cause they need someone to blame. Yeah, there might be reason that you never got through, but as long as you stay focused, can't nobody stop you. Gotta know where you're headed, make decisions, don't regret it. They ain't gonna give it to you, gotta go get it. What's the synopsis? Clarity, reality, or is it just the optics? Just an illusion, temptation, ball of confusion. What's the synopsis? Clarity, reality, or is it just the optics? Just an illusion, temptation, ball of confusion. Like a honey pot, hoping you can sweeten this. Talking real skills, only way of reaching us. Even with their whole team, ain't no beating this. Always roll with family, only people we can trust. They wanna take it outside, how about that? I know they got a crew, I don't doubt that. But do they understand what they're dealing with? Real MCs, not the type to catch feelings with. Tell me, is it a question of morality? We're not doing this for show, it's reality. Living the life of who they wanna be. Focused on the goal, it's the quality, not quantity. I know it might be hard for you to measure that, but I got a good life, I treasure that. Only get one chance, no redo, and not just anyone can do the things that we do. The synopsis, clarity, reality, or is it just the optics? Just an illusion, temptation, ball of confusion. What's the synopsis? Clarity, reality, or is it just the optics? Just an illusion, temptation, ball of confusion. transparent. You ain't got what it takes, and it's apparent. So now you're looking for a way out. Before you came in, you should've read the signs, stay out. Ain't nothing but real ones in here. If you're scared, we can tell, we can smell your fear. Now you can't leave cause the door's closed, frontin' real hard. Now you've been exposed. Gotta heat it up, temperature's too low. Gotta speed it up cause it's moving too slow. Keep it going and we're never stopping. Won't fail cause we know that failure's not an option. They might think we overreacted, but if it's not adding up, gotta subtract it. Ain't no telling what might happen. Take over your ship, now you can call me the captain.
Word up, word up.
That might be my favorite joint on the album.
Oh yeah. That's so funny. It's like that's like the DUMI song. Like I love the track and I love the vibe and kind of the just richness of it.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking of it, I had to like really sit back and be like, how would I rock this joint? Like what would how would I come at it or whatever? But yeah, I love the way it turned out because, like I said, it's like an incredible track. But it's like one of those tracks that I wouldn't necessarily think is like, oh yeah, this is the vibe that I would, I would know that I'd like. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until I had it. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things on the menu. Someone's like, you should order that, and you're like, oh, for real? And you order, and you're like, oh, I love this. This is great. So and Chrome's got heat. So
Chrome's so dope, man. Yeah.
Real cool stuff. Somebody said, where do they get the joint? On Bandcamp. So if you go to phmusic.bandcamp.com, I'll put it back in the comments. You can order the vinyl direct, or you can go to Elastic Stage and order the vinyl, or you can go to dumiraght.bandcamp.com and order the download, order digital, or any of the streaming services. But like I said, if you're gonna go on the streaming services, you just got to let it play like 3,000 times.
Yeah.
And then that'll be like you purchased album. You stream it 2 times. It's like, 9 times. That's like a penny, I think. I don't know. My math is messed up, but it's 30 times I might get a penny. So
30 times you might get a penny.
Yeah, exactly.
Or half of a penny. I put up the Elastic Stage. This is a direct one, but if you want to, we'll get the DUMI links.
Word up. Yeah.
I'll get your
make sure you go get it. Appreciate any and all support.
Yeah.
If you're feeling it, if you dig it, if you like it, go get it.
But if you're here in the States, get it. There he is. Get it direct from the man himself. It'll get here quicker too.
Yeah. And I'm shipping, like I said, I got my boxes. I'm shipping packages, and the orders are coming in. So I'm like, oh, dope. Come and get it. And it's dope because people, and that's why Bandcamp is cool. You can pay more if you want. People will be like, oh, I'm gonna throw an extra 5 at you or whatever, which is great. And a couple people hit it up on Bandcamp Friday, which was great too, because then there was no fees taken off the top, which is cool, but still a great platform for the music. All right. I guess we should stay focused on the mission at hand.
We should stay focused. Yeah, this has a very simple line, but one of my favorite lines on the album. Stay focused, black man, stay focused. So,
yeah. Yep. I really dig it. And it's outspoken in Psychotech once again, the 3-headed monster from Zimbabwe coming at you. Lyrics and multilingual again.
Yes. All right, here we go.
Real dope stuff.
Overcome the challenges he facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation. Building with the next generation. Overcome the challenges he facing. Music that'll spark elevation. trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation.
Focused on the details, they say that's where the devil's at. Armageddon's where we're headed, I guess that we will settle that. One way or another, on the screen don't need no captions. If you're paying attention, then you'll see what's really happening. Seen enough of this, and so it's time for a reaction. People ignore the facts, they thought that it was a distraction. Never follow anything just cause it's the latest fashion. Invested in digital currency till crypto started crashing. Built a castle made of sand and waves that started splashing. Gotta know when to hold your chips and when it's time to cash in. Everyone want a slice but still can't get no satisfaction. Are you willing to sacrifice? These are questions that I'm asking. Even though I'm asking, I'm not getting no responses. Annie, are you okay or is everyone unconscious? Soothsayers and truthsayers, let's rock into the rhythm. Beautiful rhymes for youthful minds, cause that is how we're living.
Overcome the challenges we facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation. Overcome the challenges we facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation.
Njengonkosi umzilikazi ngibambile ibulawayo komthakazi amadosa yavela vula masango okokuqala vula amadebe ulalele nshaya amathambo enjelele bayavuma abadala cava lombhalo kule ncwadi engiyiphethe mayofunda bamba umthetho shise lempepho. Listen now, I'm switching my tongue when I'm speaking in both, to know I'm still teaching the young, for them to elevate the minds to a point of reaching of one who is one. Your higher self shining bright as the sun. Now listen to the voice that is speaking knowledge of self. Self-searching is the best education to find your worth through the mental economy. Mind your beast first. See, the business is finding your purpose and break the curse. Curse it seriously, using tactics of wizardry. You are under recovery, you fit do the self-discovery. Now follow me as I guide you with my delivery. It's like a nipple that will make you live eternally like word.
Overcome the challenges we facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation. Overcome the challenges we facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation. Stay focused, black man, stay focused. The hope is treat every day like it's your magnum opus. Their goal is distract you with the mirrors and the smokers. Down, down, down. In the doldrums, move, connect, we got now. Who got next? Bridging the gap with these stumbling blocks. Turn them to steps. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Sounds like a new approach to keep an old dog stupid. I pursue with the hunger of an emaciated hunter with two clicks. One with knowledge of self, the other be the student. Move swift for the time, so when the dude shit, you catching up when he's on to the next movement. Shatter those glass ceilings, open forbidden seals to reveal the real meaning of destroy and rebuild. Uplift the next man, ever is the deal. And from communities of consciousness up until we overcome the challenges we facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation. Overcome the challenges we facing. Music that'll spark elevation. Trying to change the current situation, building with the next generation.
Kept me focused on wasn't real and nothing now. Kept me focused wasn't real, nothing now. Kept me focused on wasn't real, nothing now. Kept me focused on wasn't real, nothing now.
Yeah. Focus.
Yeah. Focus. Yo, man, outspoken wins the day on that joint.
That he killed it. I love what he said. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Sound like a new approach to keep an old dog stupid. I'm like, wow. Yeah, he's so an incredible MC, incredible activist, lyricist, and psychotech. I mean, that song basically encompasses kind of what I'm doing, what I do. Focused on the challenges we're facing. Music that'll spark elevation, trying to change the current situation. Come on, if you're not trying to change the current situation, what even is you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You know, building with the next generation. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, super dope. That was so real quick from a production standpoint. I want to say that was something I wanted to flip for a long time, but two other artists have done it before, have used that before, and I wanted to do something different, you know, and they both used it to great effect, and I was like, I'm only going to do this if I can figure out a different way to kind of freak it. And I think I did, you know.
Yeah, nah, you freaked it. Like, it's cool. And like the other thing too, like I think this whole album, as we listen through, it's kind of like a walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
Of how some of the joints came together, but same principle. Like if it's a joint people have heard or that's been out there in some way, shape, or form, let's not just take that version and put it on the record, right? Because then people be like, oh yeah, I remember that joint and it might have banged. I mean, Kilohertz Pro did the original banger, right? But people had heard it and it'd been a while. So it's like, well, if we're gonna bring it back, like let's give it, reanimate it, give it new life. And then that way the record is kind of like all different takes, different versions YZ hasn't heard, even though he was on it.
Even though he's on it, right. Exactly.
Versions that like people be like, oh, I remember that song. Oh, this is a new take on it, new version, new remix or whatever, to keep it fresh. You know what I mean? And then what we're gonna do, saying it here, you heard it here first. Got to do the B-sides, right? B-side wins again type album, and have all the alternate remixes, versions, and be it just a digital. I mean, we could probably even do a Elastic Stage joint with that, right?
We could.
You can order one. You can make as many or as few as the market demands it. So
exactly.
Yeah, if you're feeling it, go get it. That's all I can say. Like I'm the type of cat that for the first part of my career was never like, yo, buy my record. And I was watching all these cats be like, yo, I got this dope beat, got this record. And I was always like, and I'm like, yo, I need to let them know. Like that's what we're doing here, right?
Right, exactly.
We're trying to get you to purchase and get involved with the music. So if you feel it, do that. Like,
and that's the thing. We appreciate the other thing I want to say is we really appreciate the support, because this is a very grassroots, down to earth movement effort on our part, on SpitSLAM. We do what we can with very little, but I like to think our heart's in the right place. And we just want to make dope music, man, and present dope music to people. And so if you dig it and you purchase it, even if you stream it or whatever, the best thing you can do is tell somebody you think, tell other people that you think will dig it as well. Spread the word, because that helps immensely.
Yeah, and I think the word of mouth with music now, because there's so much music.
Yeah.
And even there's blogs, but there's so many blogs, there's social media, there's so many, not even just accounts, there's platforms. Like, my gosh, Blue Sky to X, to not even X, Twitter. That's what it is. Mama named it Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter.
Yes. That's right.
All of that stuff. There's just so much stuff out there. So yeah, that word of mouth. Tell a friend if you dig it and you know somebody that would like it. Let them know. That's how I discover stuff half the time too.
And there's so much. There's so much music out there, but there's a lot of great music too. Anybody that comes to me and says, "Hey, hip hop's kind of not," I'm like, no, don't even say it, because I believe in the stuff we put out. Not only that, but I still find dope stuff all the time.
Yeah, nah, for real cool.
Yep, hip hop is in a great place.
Yeah.
You just can't hear it on the radio. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you listen to the college radio.
Right, exactly.
Big shout outs to the DJs, man, because like that for me was like a mad affirmation. To see DJs or hear DJs saying like, yo, that's a dope record when we drop Life Is What You Make It, or like the Inside Outside, and like be like, yo, this is what we're looking for, this is dope, this is another banger, like that, like emphasizes that we're doing something right.
And you know what, also salute, rest in peace to DJ Nasty Ness, because he was
indeed
a big supporter of your stuff, man.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny when I did, and not funny, but ironic, when I did Life Is What You Make It, and I was on the Rap Attack Lives conference call, and Nasty Naz was like, okay, so this is DUMI. And I was like, hey, DUMI, Zimbabwe legit. And he's like, yeah, I saw that. He's like, so you're affiliated with Zimbabwe? I'm like, I am Zimbabwe legit. He's like, oh, snap. He's like, I'm sure we met back in the day. He's like, some of the DJs weren't sure if you were like a new cat and you'd linked up with Chubb Rock and Chuck D and YZ. And I'm like, yeah, we've been doing it. He's like, yeah, I remember you guys were Hollywood Basic. And so I actually had a conversation with him, and then he was like, yo, here's my number. He's like, this guy and that guy that used to work at Hollywood Basic, and we traded a text before he passed, but it was a blessing to at least connect, because I've been seeing him like we all have for years, just holding it down, you know, with the charts and the music and DJing like at large. So much respect.
Yep. So yeah, a little bonus track to end the thing, to bring us to a close, and another remix, right?
Yeah. How many versions we got? But you know, I had to do something with Diamond D, man. He's like producer, and like I was like, yo, getting him on the record will be like real dope. You know, Life Is What You Make It seemed to make sense. You know, have him cook up something hot, you know, something ill and something very different from the other version, right? Like
very much so, and very different. I mean, you know, Diamond has a lot of styles or whatever, but he brought a flavor to it I didn't expect. Because I remember when you sent it to me, I was like, oh snap, I can't wait to hear this. And I was like, wow, he really took it in another direction that I didn't expect. So
word up.
Yep.
Life Is What You Make It. One more again.
Yep.
The Diamond D version.
Yeah.
Rock. DUMI.
Diamond.
Yeah. It's another one, baby. 50 years. Came in the game in 86. Doc Ice in the mix. UTFO, that Roxanne Lake. Flatbush, Hitman Howie T with that styly. That 808TR gave birth to the lyrical C-sharp. B Street saw Kumo D and Doug E. Treacherous 3, Melly Mel's message drugged me. Street Cats, BX, BK, New Bougie. No flowers, they deserve a bouquet. The culture, don't bend, it's too tall. Cool Herc, the father of it all. Us girls, Mercedes, ladies, sequence teams. Funky 4, one more, Chirac is the queen. Tila Rock, it's yours, is the theme. 14 years prior to Cream. An honor to tour with them. F whoever is ignoring them. Man, his flowers to all of them. Life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees.
For me, it all began with my oldest brother and his record collection. The artist that I am today, of that is a reflection. First time I heard Run DMC and Rakim in his element, I'd walked into a whole new world and it was plainly evident. It was flying fresh with every new song I uncovered. Public Enemy to the Fat Boys, Latifah, the Jungle Brothers, MC Light, Houdini, Stetsasonic, it was endless. Even though I was in Africa, the impact was tremendous. I knew it was sincere, it wasn't game or promotion. The words that they would speak would even reach across the ocean. Through hip-hop like the internet, the world has been connected. Let them know that they're appreciated and respected. We shouldn't just come together when we're dealing with calamity. It's way bigger than hip-hop, it extends to friends and family. Let people know that we appreciate them while they're living. Not sure to see tomorrow, cause tomorrow's not a given.
Life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees.
I don't wanna sound redundant. The pioneers' abundance and golden era's persistence kept us in existence. Yeah, it was time to galvanize and make the world come to soon realize that the power of one city would help shape this nation and spread all across the world like a good vibration. I love all of those before me and all those after. If I can help build a bridge filled with joy and laughter and the importance of it all. How could we change history and build a wall for those infiltrators who stay clean from all the innovators? You know the ones that taught you how to be a hater, so I respect you even greater. Cause you fought against the odds. They'll never understand your scars, but they'll remind you when your soul seems dark. I look at you and all I see is a spark. To get this far, I know you must have heart. To fallen soldiers, ecstasy, Bismarck, Kango, PNB Rock, DMX, Young Dog, Black Rob, Coolio, Shock G, Little Key, Take Off, Hurricane G, their souls move on, but the power's in the song, so their life goes on. Yeah. well, man, their life goes on.
Life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. Some don't make it. The world has its favorites. Flowers have to be given to the OGs. In life, there's no guarantees.
Life is what you make it, indeed.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
Word up, man. I was just saying to people on the stream, I see some folks tapped in. Paul Brown, Battle still with us. Melvin Gilmore. I don't know if y'all were around when Mike G from the Jungle Brothers was on at the top of the hour, or top of the hours. Checking in with us. YZ up in the house talking about it. A big shout out 3PO for hopping in, and talking about the joints he did. But yeah, man, I'm excited. It's like 48 minutes. Warrior fella said, where can I buy the album? So in the stream, I don't know if the comments, if you join, do you see the prior comments, but we can repost the link to where you can go get it. If you want vinyl, you can, and you're in the US, you can definitely hit the Bandcamp. If you're overseas, you can hit the Elastic Stage, or when we run out. So definitely get it there. And you can get the download in the stream. And just for all of y'all for hopping on, I'm gonna actually turn on the Bandcamp link. It's interesting, Bandcamp, you actually turn it on.
You have to do it manually.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be up at 12:01, so I'm gonna just turn it on right now. So
that's what I always do. I'm like, well, yeah, it's 10:30, close enough. So
yeah, so
if you guys pre-ordered the Bandcamp, you're gonna get it early. So
yeah, and like I said, anyone who ordered the vinyl on Bandcamp, I'm shipping this week. So got my packages lined up and ready. We'll be sending the records out. So definitely go get it. You can get the download, digital download if you want, and it'll be on all the services. So if you use Apple, use Spotify, whatever you use, it'll be there. YouTube. People listen to a lot of music on YouTube, which is like a novel way to consume music. But
it is
what
they have. YouTube Music is a thing. So all our stuff goes there. And if you guys do want the CD, it's available at SpitSlamRecords.com.
Yeah. You actually need to get a couple CDs on hand.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's always a good,
always
good collectible to have.
Yes.
And stuff. But yeah, I was going to ask you, what was I going to say? A question about one of the records, like just your approach to like something like Hungry, or even like Be Careful. Let's talk about Be Careful, because that's what's going to radio and that's what's out. Like, I know one of the things you want to do is like flip, different beats. Everybody's verse. Like, what were you thinking? What was the vibe?
And so that's not the first time I've done that kind of style, because I do tend to bring things in. But with that record in particular, it was another sample that I wanted to flip, and when I laid out the lyrics you sent originally, and I was listening to it, I'm like, it just kind of screamed to me. It was just like, you got to switch it up. You have to switch it up. Like, when speech comes in, it's got to switch up. And definitely when Elda Sensei comes in, you got to do something there.
Yeah.
And so finding those, that was the process. Like, finding something that was a natural transition to those change ups. That was the hard part. But
I remember the L part. We did a couple versions.
I remember
the first one. I was like, I like the idea of it, but it wasn't right. Something else. And then I don't know if it was like the next one or the one after.
Yeah.
It was like, that's exactly what it needed. Like, when you hear it, you know what I mean? It's one of those when it's like, that's it. That's the one. That's what we've been looking for.
It was funny too, because you said, I like the idea of it. I'm like, that's what I needed to hear. I needed to hear that it's not quite right, because I wasn't sure. I'm like, I don't think it, maybe kind of. And then you're like, no. And I'm like, okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah. And I think that too, for me, like I said, philosophy of doing the project is like take any stuff that might have been out there and reinvigorate it, reanimate it, but also kind of that back and forth collaborative. Like I know there was some remix versions that came in that we listened to and we're like, oh, and we're like, well, maybe we'll use the track, but not use that as a remix for something. Just
right.
use it for something else.
I think that's what happened with the Chrome one, right?
Yeah, the synopsis, whatever. Like it's like, oh, well, for that verse or whatever, but for something totally new, and then actually wrote something totally new to that specifically, and it worked out real well that way too. So that was a good look. Doing it that way.
Yeah, you like the origins of this album go back a while, right? I mean, it's been a minute, since you started working on these songs.
Yeah. Like some of them, like "We Don't Need" came out,
right,
a while ago, right? We were talking about the first administration. Obama was there. You know who came for my sanity? I won't say his name.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff, and so that was the thing too. It's like, yeah, well, be cool to put that out, but cats have heard it. I've been performing it live, so if we're gonna bring it back, let's flip it. You know what I mean, and make it new again. A beautiful thing. I'm glad it's here. Like I'm breathing. Like I knew we were dropping it, but like you said, since it's been so long, even though I have it in my house, even though I have it like right here, it's just not totally real until it actually drops. And I'm like, whew, I can breathe. Like
I know. It was one of those things. It's funny too, because if I recall correctly, I gave it a catalog number a while ago. And so like I tried to do the catalog numbers in order, but I was like, all right, well, I think we're going to put the record out around this time. So I gave it a catalog number, and then we went past that catalog number.
The funniest inside story about that is when we first talked, one of the things I said to you was like, so I'm not trying to like take years to do this record. Like we're good to go. So I want to move quickly. And you were like, yeah, let's move quickly. And I think probably the biggest delay was just around figuring out the vinyl situation and getting that set. Because I mean, we could have dropped the digital album, 2 years ago, and it would have been on streaming, and that would have been that. And I wouldn't have really been satisfied with just doing that, So I think getting that correct, and like you said, we picked up some new joints along the way. Some hot, joints.
I'm not mad at that because if it wasn't for the delay, we wouldn't have Tell 'Em and Inside Outside on it. So
for sure. And I'm glad we could put those on the vinyl too, because I think at one point it was like, well, we'll have bonus tracks on the digital that aren't on the vinyl, but it's always great to have it on wax, right? Like all the joints, especially like the newer joint, like Inside Outside, like for real, like
and a little top secret, well, not secret, but a little inside track note: the versions on the vinyl are slightly different than the ones on digital and CD, because just time wise for we had to do some edits or something, so there's slightly different versions on the wax as compared to what's on the which is I always think that's kind of neat too. But
it's just like a unique thing. But real dope. Glad. Shout out to SpitSLAM, definitely putting out good music, and having that catalog of things that people know, like, oh, they put out great music, so I'm gonna check for it. And glad to be a part of it. 30 years later, started out in 92. It's crazy to think about it.
Right.
Students I teach at George Washington, I'll be like, yo, I dropped my record in 92. They're like, oh, yeah. I wasn't born then. I'm like, I know. But it's cool because they're like into like the authentic sound, so we mess with Tribe, we did a De La joint this last semester. It's like live instrumentation, playing hip-hop joints with MCs and vocalists. But
do you play them, your old stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. They. I mean, they discover it half the time on their own, and sometimes it's new students, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't. Somebody stumbled across straight from the mothership." And they're like, "Oh, I'm in Afrofuturism class. I'm gonna have my teacher listen to us. This is crazy." And so he texted me messaged me on Instagram and said, "I'm gonna play rough like a New York Knick." He's like, "Yo, go Knicks!" When they went up 2-0 in the series or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, that's it." I could tell he did the listening assignment.
Right.
You checked out the joints. But yeah, now they listen to the catalog. They look at the old magazine pictures, and I talked to a bunch of hip hop history classes, kind of about our background and experience too. So that's real cool. Academia,
man,
keep it moving. It's bigger than hip hop.
Yo, by the way, too, for those that don't know, Dumi's got the it was a remix, right? Yeah, it was a remix by DJ Shadow. Of all people,
that was like one of his first big. He did a couple things, like he did the Lifers remix,
on
Basic, and then he did some Basic Mega Mix, but the legitimate mix, on the first Zimbabwe Legit album, self-titled debut record or whatever, So, and I mean, we dropped in 92, like, and just in terms of like international, so in particular African hip hop groups, like we was definitely one of the first, popping out there, getting international recognition. And it was funny, our first tour, like, I mean, I'd been performing my whole life, right? But like in terms of in a professional music industry type setting, we went on tour to Japan with Organized Confusion. That was like opening the gate at JFK Airport, and Pharaoh and Prince Poe walking up, whatever, and then going around to like radio shows. We did like a live TV show with them, courtesy or thanks to Dave Funkenklein, who believed in Zimbabwe Legit. Zimbabwe Legit, what we were trying to represent, what we were bringing and doing, and kind of that unique perspective we had on everything. And so, it was real cool, and it's cool when I think about it. Like, still here, I don't know if it's Elton John or Scarface. I'm still standing. I'm still here.
Yeah. Congrats, hey Dumi, congrats to you, bro, on the new album, for still doing it, for still making great art, and I'm honored to be involved, and I'm glad Mike G hooked us up, and looking forward to the next stuff. So
for sure. So definitely, and appreciate the supporters, man, because that's what keeps it going. It enables us to keep it going.
It does.
Just with the people that listen, the people that are checking, people that are telling people about it, and providing that feedback too, where it's like, yo, I really dug this, so I got it. Excited about it. You excited? I'm excited.
Exactly. Yeah,
we made it happen.
For
sure. And big up to Mr. Chuck, because like having him as exec producer, having it on a Chuck D situation, SpitSLAM in the first place. I just think back to, like I said, opening that Nation of Millions cassette and just listening, start to finish. Back when you'd listen to the whole album in one sitting, right? Like, and those PE albums on cassette, you flip it over, but you listen to the whole thing. And I'm gonna listen to a joint, or I got one song off of it that I like but I haven't heard. Now you listen to the whole thing. So taking it back to the essence.
Good stuff. Well, yes. Hey, thanks to everybody tuning in tonight. Album goes live in about 35 minutes on the streaming platforms, but you can go order physical copies now. And I will be around tomorrow night right here on Channel Zero for my show. It's C-Doc again. And we're going to be talking to Michael Myers. So join us for that. And I see a couple people in the house. Yusef from Black Medine. Peace.
What up, Yusef?
Saw Red Venom earlier. Yes, Red Venom. Peace, bro. Shout out to my homie Spook One, came through. Oh, Spook One bought a copy, so you may have to ship another one out there, Dumi.
Hey, we'll get it to him. And Black Medine and Dumi Ray have a collabo on their project, so that was real cool. And that's another beautiful element of SpitSLAM, is that inner collaboration, cross artist thing happening.
very, very dope. So I'm glad that was a dope collab. Actually, that one made all the sense of the world. So yeah, so
word up.
Yeah, okay. And thank you guys again. Thank you for watching. If you dig what we're doing, please like and subscribe. And I will be back here tomorrow. And go check out that Do Me Right if you haven't already.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Take care,
Forward
everybody.
to the future.
Forward to the future. All right. Peace.